So you've watched every single snare tuning tutorial. You've tried all the methods. You've been tuning your snare up and down, and it still sounds like crap. Here's what I want you to do. First, I want you to watch this cool intro, and then I want you to pause the video. And then I want you to go get your snare drum and 2 drum keys. 2. And I want you to come back here. We're going to tune our snares together right here. And by the time we get to the end of this video, your snare is going to sound awesome. So you got 10 seconds to go grab it, starting now. All right, so you got your snare drum in front of you. You got 2 drum keys. All right. I got a snare drum here. This is my main snare, the one that you've been hearing in all the videos lately. Just changed heads on it. I got a fairly new head on there. It's completely dead. And we're going to tune these snares together. All right, so if you have yours in front of you, let's start right now. Grab 2 drum keys. I want you to pick a lug, any one that you want on there. Stick one, stick the other one on the complete opposite side, so right across from each other, all right? The first thing that we're going to do is tighten these down just until the tension rod makes contact with the hoop, all right? Real simple. So just do that all the way around. Just until they're touching. This is kind of the equivalent of doing it finger tight. We're just using keys here. So make sure that they're just making contact. Like that there. That looks good. And that's good. All right. Good. Flip it over. Do the same thing on the bottom. So basically what we're doing is we're just getting our starting point. We want to make sure that it's relatively the same all around, all right? You don't have to be super precise with it. Just make sure that they're touching. And this is one thing, man, that I really just want to start out saying. Don't overthink tuning, all right? This is sort of a updated version of my original snare tuning video, and I've been getting so many comments about how many turns are you doing, and you know, how much pressure are you, all that kind of stuff. Don't overthink it, man. This is not rocket science, all right? So we're the same all the way around. All the tension rods are touching. Now this is all we're going to do. First of all, we're going to start with the bottom head. This is the key to a great sounding snare drum. All you got to do is make sure that the bottom head is cranked up nice and tight. That's it, all right? So I'm just going to start, again, making sure you got one here and one across from it, and just start cranking it up. Now I like to go just a few turns at a time. Like I don't crank one all the way and then crank the next one all the way. I kind of want to do it in steps. So I'll just do a couple of turns each one. Turn them at the same time. Feel them out. Using 2 keys just ensures that they're going to stay even all the way around. All right, so I'll go around again. And this time, I'll be tightening these right up. Another common question: how tight are you going? How many turns are you going? I don't know. I'm not counting turns here. I'm just sort of cranking these things up until common sense tells me to stop. Like, it's not that tough to figure out. If you're cranking this thing super hard and it starts creaking and squeaking on you, you're cranking it too tight, man. Just make it nice and firm all the way around. Guess what? Bottom head's done. Now, here's the thing, man. Here's a secret to having your snare sound awesome. Once that bottom head is tight, and if you've been doing it with me, it is now. Once you get that bottom head tight, you can put the top head wherever you want it, using the exact same method. As soon as I do that, as soon as I crank up that bottom head, it's nice and tight, then I can go with a low tuning, I can go with a medium tuning, I can go with a high tuning. I can put this head anywhere in the range, and wherever I put it, it's going to sound awesome. So let's start with a medium range, because that's normally where I like to play my snares. I normally I'll go with a lower tuning if I'm in the studio or something, doing a session, and I need to tune it for a specific song or something. Then that requires a low tuning, then I'll go low. But generally, I like to go with a medium tuning. So that's all I'm going to do, man. I'm going to go around a little bit at a time. I think I forgot to do that one, but that's cool. I can hear it now, starting to take shape. Yeah. Go a little bit tighter on these. But that's all you're going to do, man. Just put one on, put the other one across from it, and give it a couple of turns. Tune with your ears. Okay? Again, don't worry about counting turns, man. This ain't nothing scientific about this. Just feel it out. Go a little bit tighter on that. By the way, that's how I normally like to check it. I just give it a flick of the finger. I can tell where it's going to sit. And then make my snares, turn them up a little bit so they make a little bit of contact. Here we go. Taste test number 1. That sounds all right to me, man. But you know what? I want to go a little bit tighter. So what do? Take my 2 keys, one there, and I'll just give it maybe just a quarter turn. Just like that there. And you'll hear it. Like, once you start tightening this thing, you'll actually hear it start to come up in pitch. Give it another flick. That sounds pretty dope. Let's try that. I like that. So guess what? That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it, man. So when you're tuning your snare drum, start with the bottom head. Make sure that's cranked up nice and tight. Whenever you go approach a snare drum, you go to play it, if you're at a show or something, backline provided, those snares always sound like ass, right? If you need to retune it, you can do it on the spot, and it'll only take you a few seconds. Take it, give it a couple of hits. If you notice that it sounds horrible, I can almost guarantee you it's because the bottom head is loose. You're probably gonna flip it over and give it a couple of turns and notice that there's at least 2 to 3 more full turns that it can go before it's tight. That's mainly the reason, man. The bottom head is just too loose. Crank it up, all right? Once you get that bottom head nice and tight, like I said, you can put that top head anywhere in that snare's range, that snare's tuning range, and it'll sound good wherever you put it. Now let's say I wanted to go really nice and low on this thing. Let's say I'm doing a recording or something, and it calls for like a super nice, deep, fat 70s sounding snare. All I'm gonna do is take these and back them all right off. Now notice too, man, when I'm going to retune this snare, if I want to tune it higher or lower or whatever, notice the one thing that's not happening. I'm not touching the bottom head. I don't have to touch the bottom head. This is where the magic happens, right? Once you get that happening, your whole tuning range is going to happen with the top head. So whether you want it higher or lower, retune the top. You don't have to touch the bottom. I can hear this thing sinking as it is. Now, generally, when you bottom a snare out of its range like this, and it's like super low, you're gonna get a lot of ring. You're gonna need to control it somehow. I don't know if I got one handy. And I don't. But generally, you can just take like an O-ring or a couple of moon gels or something, and just place them around the head just to sort of make it a little bit less ringy. You want to dry it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So just slap an O-ring on it. You can buy those at any drum shop or music store or whatever, or you can just make one of your own. You just cut one out of an old head like this, and you just cut an inch ring out of it, slap it on top, done. So yeah, okay, so this is without any kind of muffling. This is what it sounds like. Whew! Stick dust. Yeah. That sounds dope to me, man. So let's say I want to tune it higher now. Let's go right to the opposite end of the range. Crank this thing right up. So if you've been doing this along with me this entire time, first of all, go ahead and hit subscribe. I know you're happy. I know you're happy. Hit that subscribe button and tell a friend about this video. But yeah, I'm gonna crank this thing right up. Just for funsies, gonna take it right to the top end of his range. The head I'm using here, by the way, it's a calf tone 56, so it's like super thin. I actually have a bass drum patch on top there just to sort of help to control all the bubbling that normally happens with this particular head. Yeah, this thing is, whoo, this thing is tight, baby. Yeah. Now, if you get your snare to where you want it to sound, but it's ringing a little bit more than you want to, again, solution for that is super easy. You can either use an O-ring, just like a plastic O-ring. You can slap a moon gel or a dot or something on it, just to sort of help minimize some of the ring. But my advice, man, don't get rid of it completely, because a ring is part of the snare's character. I personally like to hear a little bit of ring coming out of this thing because it just adds to the overall sound of the drum. So I never try to extinguish it completely. If need be, I'll just try to minimize it just a little bit. So that's it, man. You now know everything that you need to know about tuning any snare that you got in front of you. Within a couple of minutes, you'll be able to get it sounding exactly how you want it. If I just saved you from years of crappy sounding snares, you're feeling a bit appreciative, you want to leave a tip in the tip jar, there's a link in the description box where you can donate a little something to my website. Just kind of helps me to keep this thing going. Drop a comment below in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm going to follow this video up with a tom tuning video. I'm going to sort of do an updated version of that one. And that's it, man. Like, subscribe. See you next video.